This is day 15 of Learning to Speak Off the Cuff. Today I learned one of the most important skills when it comes to speaking off the cuff, but also just communication in general, and that is to slow down. Most people, when they speak, whether that's off the cuff or just in general conversation, speak way too fast. And all that happens is the brain can't catch up with the mouth, and they end up either losing the train of thought or they end up in an array of filler words, the likes, the you knows, the ums. As a recruitment business owner, I see hundreds of calls every single week, and I can see it when this is happening. It happens all the time. People will be on a particularly important call, they'll be a bit nervous, and everything speeds up when you're nervous, and they will speak as if they're struggling to get their words out. They'll say, so we think so this is the we're going to, and it's actually quite painful to watch. And every single time I see it, I tell people to just slow everything down, calm, and think about what it is that you're going to say before you say it. And it massively helps. There is nothing wrong with filler words, but when you use too many, they become a distraction and they destroy the clarity of what it is that you're trying to say, which obviously in a sales situation is not great. So the solution to this is to slow everything right down. Why does that help? It allows you to think about what it is you're going to say before you actually say it. You can think about the next sentence that you're going to say before you say it, which again helps with filler words, losing your train of thought. It gives your brain time to catch up with the speed of your mouth and the things that you're saying. So for example, you could take a social setting, let's say you're particularly anxious. Again, very similar themes to if you're on an important call or you're in an interview. The nerves increase, and when your nerves increase, you tend to speed up. Same in social settings. There are certain scenarios where people are talking to you and you end up speaking that little bit quicker and you go a little bit faster. And that's where you end up having those embarrassing moments of saying something you regret or saying something stupid because you are just speeding up, you're speaking too quickly and you speak like this. If you just slow everything down, you can think about things properly and you can deliver what it is you want to say, and the words that you're saying you can deliver with more clarity. Makes a massive difference. A lot of people will feel uncomfortable doing this because it does feel very weird. It feels like you're speaking in slow motion. But some people have the fear of, but it sounds like I don't know what I'm saying. It sounds like I'm thinking everything through too much. If anything, it has the opposite view, and studies have backed this up. When you slow your speech and you slow what it is you're saying, it makes you sound more confident. It makes you sound more thoughtful about the phrases and the terms that you're using. So to reflect, the next time you're in a conversation, if you feel like you're speaking too fast, consciously become aware of it, slow everything down, and see what happens. This is day 15.